It's not a match, Mom!
Indiana Jones is a legendary franchise that has given us some of the most iconic moments in cinematic history. They're some of the best Spielberg films, with The Last Crusade being my personal favorite. The stories in this franchise are very familiar, but they all have refreshing and new twists. Harrison Ford's intelligent and charismatic portrayal of Indy with the adventurous action is what makes this franchise such a hit. But even legends stumble sometimes, and unfortunately, Crystal Skull was one of those stumbles. Cue the sad music. Welcome back to The Great Apollo, where we uncover hidden treasures and apparently cinematic disappointments. Today, we're diving headfirst into the infamous Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, I think there are some great aspects to this film. One of the highlights was seeing Harrison Ford reprising his role as the whip-cracking, fedora-wearing archaeologist. The man is like a fine wine, getting better with age. He may be a bit older, but he can still throw a punch and crack a joke while doing it. And speaking of cracking jokes, we can't forget about Shia LaBeouf's character, Mutt Williams. Now, I know some of you may cringe at the sight of him swinging through the trees like Tarzan, which we'll get to in just a sec, and the fact that he combs his hair every 5 minutes, even in the most inopportune moments. But hey, at least he brought some youthful energy to the film. If you haven't seen the movie yet, spoiler alert, Mutt is Indy's son, and I actually like the dynamic between Harrison Ford and Shia LaBeouf. Plus, who doesn't love a guy with a cool motorcycle? You go, Mutt! Another redeeming aspect was the return of Karen Allen as Marion Ravenwood, Indy's fiery and fearless love interest from Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was great to see her back in action, showing us that she can still hold her own against all the chaos and skull-shaped shenanigans. Now, let's not forget about the thrilling action sequences. Sure, we had our fair share of questionable moments, like Indy surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator. Talk about the ultimate fridge magnet. But there were also some exhilarating scenes, like the motorcycle chase through the jungle. Who knew that trees could make such great obstacles? It was like a real-life game of Donkey Kong, minus the barrels. I also think that the opening sequence in the movie was really good. Indy fighting the skull using gunpowder was written very creatively, and the fighting scenes between him and the Nazis felt very on-brand. That's all the positive things I got to say about the film. First things first, we need to address the alien-sized elephant in the room. Aliens? Seriously? I don't know about you, but when I think of Indiana Jones, I think of ancient artifacts, Nazis, and epic adventures. But apparently, George Lucas had a brainstorming session with E.T. and thought, hey, let's throw aliens into the mix. Poor Indy must have been very confused. All the previous films in the franchise brought the audience into a new mystery. We found ourselves following Indy into the middle of an adventure that humans at one point or another have searched for, like Noah's Ark or the Holy Grail. But the Crystal Skull storyline felt like a twist on a myth that we already know to be untrue, and it really takes away from the mystery in this movie. It's like the filmmakers knew they were pushing the boundaries of absurdity and decided to embrace it with open arms. And let's go back to Shia LaBeouf swinging through the vines like a greased-up Tarzan. I didn't know Indy had a secret love child with moonlights as a jungle acrobat. It's like the movie turned into an audition for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Jungle Gym. I'll admit, it was a bold choice, but maybe next time they should stick to whip-wielding and leave the vine swinging to the apes. So, while Kingdom of the Crystal Skull may have left us scratching our heads and questioning the laws of archaeology, it still managed to provide us with some memorable moments and a healthy dose of nostalgia. A review video for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is coming out soon. I hope that it's at least better than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, although it already has mixed reviews, to say the least. That wraps up our adventure today. Let me know what you think of this film and if you're looking forward to the next one. If you like this video, then subscribe for more content like this. Have a wonderful day.